Hello children, welcome to the class. Today we'll do the poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Caroline Wells. This poem is from the book First Flight. How to Tell Wild Animals is a humorous poem written by Caroline Wells. The purpose of the poet is to enable us to identify wild animals in a humorous way. The Asian lion, the Bengal tiger, the leopard, the bear, and other wild animals are described in a highly amusing manner. We come to know about the features of various animals through this delightful poem. So, the poem is informative as well as entertaining. Here, the poet has explained the characteristics of various wild animals in a very funny way. So now let's start. In the first stanza, she tells us about the Asian lion. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. She says that if you visit the jungles of the east and there you see an animal which has tawny skin, and if he roars at you so loudly that you can die of fear, this means that you have encountered an Asian lion. She has humorously explained that the Asian lion could kill a person with its roar. Next is the Bengal tiger. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. So, the poet says that the Bengal tiger is a noble animal that at once attacks and kills a man. Adding humor, she says that if this beautiful black striped animal kills you and starts eating you, then this simple rule will tell you that it is a Bengal tiger. The poet has used dark humor here because once a person has been eaten up by a wild animal, then there is no use in determining which animal has eaten. Next in the line is the leopard. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. He will only leap and leap again. So, the poet says that if you are casually walking in a jungle and meet an animal with spots, which gives it a salt and pepper appearance on it, wait until he leaps on you. Wait until he jumps on you. This animal is so fast that it will leap on you at once. This jumping is an indication that it is a leopard. She adds that crying out in pain may be of no use as the leopard will keep on jumping on you again and again. Now she moves on to the bear. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more kiss. So the poet here says that if you are just walking in your yard and you meet an animal that hugs you tightly, then believe that it is a bear. The bear will hug you so tightly that it can be fatal. Thus, This is the way to recognize a bear. It kills a person hugging tightly. Then the poet asks if the readers know how to recognize beasts that hunt their prey. Though to recognize beast of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So the poet says that for someone who is new to the job of recognizing animals, it will be like a puzzle to recognize such animals who hunt other animals for their food. Here she explains about the hyena and the crocodile. She says that hyena has a smiling face while swallowing its prey, and the crocodile sheds tears while killing its prey. So she says that the hyena and the crocodile have weird behaviors. The last one in the list is the chameleon. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. So the poet says that it is a lizard-like creature which doesn't have ears and wings like a lizard. She further says that the chameleon has a quality of changing its color according to the color of the surface. So, to explain this, she says that if you look at the tree and if you see nothing, if you can see nothing on the tree, it means there is a chameleon sitting on it which has changed its color. Now, the purpose of the poet, we can see, is to create humor. The humor is made in an unexpected way. So we can say that the ways recommended here are too dangerous to even consider adopting. Now let us discuss the poetic devices used in the poem. The first one is alliteration. Alliteration, as I had explained you earlier also, it is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. So here you can see in the first stanza, if he rose at you as you are dying. So you as you are dying. So here it's an example of alliteration. Both the words beginning with the same letter Y. Next example is roaming round, or if sometime when roaming round. So roaming and round, they both begin with the same letter. The next poetic device used is personification. Personification is the attribution of human characteristics to something non-human, like giving the human qualities to animals, plants or non-living things. Here, as you can see in the first stanza, the poet says, if he rose. And similarly in the second stanza also you can see the poet uses, just notice, if he eats you. So he rose, he eats. Now the pronoun he is used for human beings. So we can say that the poet has personified the Asian lion and the Bengal tiger. The next poetic device used is enjambment. It is the continuation of a sentence over to the next line without a pause. You can see the first two lines of the poem. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, we see that the first line continues to the next line without any punctuation mark. So this is an example of enjambment. I hope this will help you understand the poem better. Thank you.